there, warriors. In today's creativity yoga flow, we're going to be working on opening the heart. So as artists, as writers, as creatives, we know how important vulnerability can be to our work, but we also know how hard it can be to be vulnerable sometimes. So in today's flow, we're just going to be working our way through some poses that can help open up the heart chakra, or the heart itself, open up through the chest and that area. So hopefully we can work to break down some walls, maybe be a little more vulnerable in our work and in life, because that's okay, right? So we're just gonna start seated in a nice comfortable seat, whatever that looks like to you, whether that's cross-legged, if you want your legs out in front of you for just a few minutes. It's totally up to you and your body, how you're feeling today. And then we're just going to start out simply by breathing. You can let your hands fall wherever is comfortable, the knees, whether that's the mat beside you. And just start by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're just going to start paying attention while we breathe to the body and to our posture. So even when we're sitting, we're paying attention to our posture and that head over heart, heart over pelvis alignment, as opposed to maybe how we sit during the day, just kind of relaxed, maybe hunched over a little bit. We're going to bring awareness to the shoulders, dropping them down away from the ears, maybe pulling the shoulder blades together down the back, stretching the top of the head toward the ceiling to really invite some length through the back of the neck and the spine. Bringing the belly button up and back to engage the core, and just bringing an awareness into the body. So we're bringing awareness to the breath. We're letting anything go that's happening off the mat or in our lives before or after this practice, and we're bringing our awareness inward. And just by pulling those shoulders down and the shoulder blades down the back, we're already just opening and inviting a little more vulnerability into the heart. So yes, we sit hunched over a lot because we're on devices or on our phones or computers, but also that's a sign that we're kind of blocking or guarding our hearts, that motion of keeping the shoulders pulled inward and forward. So just starting to pull those shoulders back can start us on the path to a little more openness, a little more vulnerability in a space where you are safe and welcome and protected. So just continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to start to invite a little movement into the body. Just first dropping that right hand down to the mat beside your hips if it's not there already. And then an inhale, we'll reach the left arm up toward the sky. And on an exhale, reaching the left arm up and over to the right side of the mat, maybe starting to bend that right elbow, pressing the left knee and the left buttock toward the earth. That left knee might try to come with you, so just counter the stretch by pressing it toward the earth. And inhale, back to center. And exhale, drop the left hand to the mat beside the hips. Inhale, reach that right arm up toward the sky, reaching through the fingertips. And exhale, reach the right arm up and over toward the left side of the mat, pressing the right knee toward the mat, maybe gazing up at that right hand. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the right hand back to the mat. And then inhale, reach both arms up toward the sky. And on an exhale, let the elbows fall, bending the arms, bringing the elbows together toward each other behind the back. Obviously they won't touch. Just kind of making a goalpost shape with the arms and then continuing to bring those elbows together, shining the heart forward. Inhale, bring the arms back to center, reaching to the sky. And exhale, bring the arms down, the elbows together. One more time, inhale up through center. And exhale, bring the arms, the elbows together, behind the back, opening through the chest, pulling the shoulders open, down away from the ears. Inhale back to center. And exhale, let the arms fall just back into your lap or wherever's comfortable. We're gonna start moving a little more here. So we're gonna move into a twist. We're gonna bring that right foot up and over the left leg, lining it up kind of with the left knee. So the left leg is flat on the ground, maybe not completely flat. It doesn't need to be pressed into the mat. If that knee's up a little bit, that's okay. Left foot's kind of active, just toes active, paying attention to that, not just kind of resting there, but a little activation in that right foot. And then we're gonna inhale, invite some length into the spine. And on the exhale, we're gonna bring that left elbow over that right knee to the outside of that right knee. Bring the right arm behind us to twist to the right, maybe even gazing over that right shoulder, but if that's too much, just keeping the gaze wherever feels comfortable. And inhale, invite a little length into the spine. And exhale, maybe twist a little farther if you can. If not, just find some stillness in your twist. We're not really using that right hand to pull us into the twist. We're just using it for a little stability behind us, kind of like a kickstand. Inhale one more time. And exhale, release, maybe even twisting to the other side just for a little counter stretch. And releasing that right foot from where it was and switching it out. So pressing that right leg into the mat, kind of like we're sitting in a cross-legged position, and bringing that left foot up and over that right knee, kind of in line with that right knee. Left foot's a little active, pressed into the mat. Again, right knee doesn't have to touch. And inhale to find a little length in the spine. And exhale, reaching the right elbow now to the outside of that right knee. And gazing out over the left shoulder as we twist. Opening through the heart, through the chest, gazing out over the left shoulder if that feels comfortable. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale, release everything, untwist. And we'll start to move into a tabletop position. So getting on all fours, pressing the hands into the mat, the knees, hips. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are hip width apart, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Coming into tabletop here, we'll start to move through cat-cow. So we'll inhale to lift the chin, pull the shoulders back away from the ears, opening through the chest. See a little theme here. Lifting the tailbone up toward the back of the head, like you're trying to get the back of the head to touch the tailbone. Exhale, rounding the back, dropping the chin to the chest. Pulling the pelvis forward now. This might feel really good. If you sit all day, just this rounded back can really stretch out the spine. Inhale, lifting the chin and the chest, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, starting to move at your own pace. So if one pose feels better than the other, feel free to hang out for a couple of breaths, or moving with each breath into each pose. Inhaling to expand the chest, lift the chin, and exhale to round the back, pulling the pelvis forward. One more round wherever you are. Meet back in a neutral spine. Then we're just gonna bring the forearms to the mat. So just staying in your same position, just let the forearm drop on one side, then the other. And then we're gonna come into a variation of plank. So we're just gonna press the right foot back toward the back of the mat, then the left, coming into a little dolphin plank here, little dolphin style. We're moving into dolphin from here, so this is kind of a half plank, and then we're gonna inhale here and then push the hips up and back like we do for downward dog. You can adjust your feet if you need. You might not get as high up as you normally do in down dog. And then moving into back to our dolphin plank. So exhale to move into our plank here. Inhale, lifting up into our dolphin pose, variation of downward dog here. Exhale, plank. Inhale, dolphin. Exhale, plank. And then one more time, hips up and back. Exhale. And then you can go ahead and actually release everything to the mat, chest and the chin. And just letting the hands fall to the mat like we do for Cobra. Baby Cobra, now pressing the palms into the mat. The elbows can stay where they were, which should align with the chest. Inhale, Baby Cobra. Sorry, this is actually more of a little Sphinx pose here. Just lifting the chest and the chin away from the mat. Exhale, release everything. Inhale, lifting the chin and the chest away from the mat. Exhale, release. Just flowing through those poses a couple of times here. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest, pressing the palms into the mat or the fingertips. Exhale, release. Inhale one more time. Exhale, release. And then we'll just go ahead and slowly push ourselves up off the mat and work our way into a quick child's pose. Just to take a little rest here. You can keep your arms extended if you'd like. Dropping the forehead to the mat. Pressing the bum back toward the heels. Take a couple of breaths here in child's pose in through the nose. Maybe sighing it out through the mouth. One more round of breath here. Releasing anything, if anything's come up, any doubt, any worries, any urge to block out feelings. Just don't block them, just feel them and release them. If anything uncomfortable comes up, feel it, allow yourself to feel it, and simply release it. And we're just gonna slowly make our way to our backs, so you can get there however you'd like. If you want to swing your legs out in front of you and adjust on your mats here. Slowly coming to our backs with intention, with gentleness, being kind to our body. We'll leave the knees bent once we get to our backs. We're gonna move into a bridge pose, so planting the feet, pulling the heels up toward the bum as far as they can comfortably go, pressing the hands into the mat with the palms, letting the hands rest at the side of the body. Tucking the shoulder blades underneath the body. We'll inhale, lift the hips up toward the sky, pulling the belly button back to engage the core here. And exhale, we'll release our bridge pose, bringing the bum back to the earth. We're actually going to move again through that little flow. So inhale up into bridge pose, pressing the hip bones up toward, pulling the hip bones up toward the sky. Exhale, release. Inhale into bridge, pressing away from the earth. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale into bridge. Exhale, release. And now we can let the legs release out in front of us, flat to the mat. We're just gonna bring that right leg over the left leg, however far it'll go. So you can let the right foot rest on the mat if that means it's kind of down here, or if it's like at a 90-degree angle, that's great. Just letting it rest as far as it'll come over the body there, reaching the arms out to a Texas T, not a Texas T, T. Words are hard when we're releasing, being vulnerable and open here. And then we'll just gaze out over that right hand, just inviting a little twist here. You can pull that right hip toward the earth, but it might not come. That's just kind of a little help for a twist. Just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And coming into stillness can invite a lot of feelings. If you've been go, 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 moving all day, just these slow poses, the stillness can leave room for things to come up that maybe you've been pushing away. So just let them come up. You don't have to dwell on them. You can let them come up and release them. One more inhale. And on the exhale, we'll release that leg back to the mat. And do the same thing on the other side, lifting that left leg up and over that right. Oh gosh, this side is very different for me. So I can't even, wow. Discovering new things here. I can't barely get that right leg over my left, or my left leg over my right. So that leg is gonna stay down right by my foot. If it's easier, you can kind of rest the left foot on your shin or your knee and just kind of let that right knee fall over. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So I could have mentioned that for the other leg if some of you were having trouble with the other leg, but. And then just gaze out over the left hand. Obviously things are gonna be different from side to side. So I'm discovering things within my body right along with you. And they'll be different from day to day. So sometimes I can do that just fine and bring my leg out to the other side of my body a little bit here, but not today. So I'm just honoring what's happening in my body today. making the pose work for me and what feels good. Gazing out over that left hand. Inhale and exhale. Sometimes you might feel some sort of uncomfortableness coming up in the belly, kind of just an icky feeling. Just maybe pay attention to what's causing that. Maybe sit with it. If you have to sit with it a little longer than we have here today, you can do that. Pause the video at any time to keep it from moving. And just be with that feeling. We'll take one more inhale through the nose. I'm gonna exhale. Release everything. Coming into Shavasana if you'd like. Or you can take everything we just cultivated, the feelings, the openness, hopefully the vulnerability, the willingness to be with some of those feelings, and take it to your creative project. If you need a little help with inspiration, you can grab a prompt from the end of this video and see what comes up when you go to create. So thank you so much for practicing with me today, warriors. Namaste. Now go fight for your creativity.
Great flow, warriors. Now it's time to take that energy and create. If you still need a little extra inspiration, just grab a creativity prompt to get the ideas flowing. And if you have a friend who's also fighting writer's block, make sure to share this video and don't forget to subscribe. Now go fight for your creativity.